Good morning, everyone. Let me see. Okay, here. That's better. Hello, and welcome. Today we are going to talk about the three game-changing apps. I would say life-changing app. Like I'm not being dramatic, but these are the three most recent and updated apps that I came across and personally have used that really helped me to stay consistent in creating my content for my coaching business. Those of you who follow me for a while, you probably have seen like I have a lot of posts, especially on IG and Facebook. So if you go to my personal, not personal, but business Facebook page, I have consistent posts that's coming out every single day, and so is on Instagram. LinkedIn, maybe not, right? Because LinkedIn, a lot of that audience is a little different. I'm making connection rather than selling, and which I we'll talk about the selling in another day. But today we're talking about the three game-changing apps for your content creation. One of the biggest struggle about content creation is having a consistency. So there's something about like sitting down and writing that get people feeling stuck, and this is a true story. I had a conversation with one of my clients, and we were talking about how creating content, and she has no problem. Once she sit down, she can go on and write about all these long posts, all the blogs, and but where she got stuck is having that first sentence. Like putting out that first sentence is for some reason the biggest struggle of all mankind, just knowing what to write in that first sentence. And which I get it, because then there's that concept of, well, you got to hook them and you got to be compelling enough so that people want to listen to you. And so that's only part of the reason why your content is not consistent, right? So consistency is actually not the problem. The problem is, number one, I think the most important and biggest one is that your message is really scattered. Right? There's so many pieces to the pie to life coaching, and so your message is kind of scattered. You want to talk about the lifestyle, you want to talk about the business, you want to talk about the career, and then there's the boundary. Like there's like a whole entire, you can create like a whole, basically like a 10-year series of all the stuff you want to talk about in life. So your message is really scattered, and that causes a lot of resistance in sitting down and just coming up with that first sentence. How do I open my caption in order to capture them? It's hard, it's difficult, right? So I'm going to show you in a moment like how you can like kind of fix that a little bit. The second reason why your consistency is a big problem is because you don't have the right tool that would help you to support you in your marketing strategies and make it more efficient. So if you have to put in a lot of work, right? You're a coach and my audience are coaches, so you know the fact that if someone has to do the work, then that's creating a lot of resistance to, do I really want to do that, what kind of work? We're all busy and people don't want to do the work. So that's the second reason why your consistency in creating that content is a big struggle. One, you don't have a cohesive message. Two, you don't have the right tool to actually help you, to support you, to alleviate some of the stress. So the three game changing apps, these are the three that I have found really helpful in creating my content, and also just to buy me more time so I can actually enjoy doing what I love to do, like going out, going like strolling around, people watching, or just hanging out with friends, and or maybe just chill at home, like reading a book and things like that. I have more time to do that by using the right tool to help me to create the content that I need. Like right now, I'm doing a podcast, right, or a live videos, and this video is going to get a repurpose in different ways. And with these three amazing apps, I would be able to do that in so many different capacity and format that I can reshare later. So once I create a videos, I don't just put it and dump it into the library. I actually make good use of it. So I'm going to show you how these three apps are going to change the way that you look at your content creation. Are you ready? So if you are joining me live, go ahead and give me a heart. let me know that you are here. Drop today is Wednesday, right? So there's no more taco, but drop me taco to let me know that you are here, you're watching, and you're following along. All right. So, what are the three most updated game changing apps for your content creation? The first one is something that I use consistently, and actually, someone had asked me about this a couple of days ago. What is that? So we're just gonna get ready so I can show you what is the app that I was talking about. So I was in one of the Facebook group and I told them about this app that show up on my Zoom call, which allow me to take notes. And so one of my favorite app of all time is something called Otter, OTTER.io. So what it is a transcription app that you can download on your desktop as well as your mobile device. You can it basically transcribe all these recordings for you. So let's say I am in a meeting on Zoom and I don't have a virtual assistant, but I need someone to take notes for me. So what I can do is I can integrate the Zoom with my Otter, OTTER, and I need to get my video up, so just bear with me. Where is my video? Here it is. Where did it go? Add it. And so I can use Otter to basically act like a virtual assistant who can help me and taking notes for me. So here it is. Let me just show you. So basically, what you're looking at is the transcription for free. And how I would use this is something like if you're a podcaster, right? You created an audio and you don't want to spend your whole entire day just transcribing or putting those into words. What you do is you upload your audio version onto this platform, otter.ai, and the software will do for you is actually transcribe word for word for you. Now, how would you use that content? Number one is if you have a podcast, you can use that to create a podcast episode note, right? So you're not sitting there and spending your whole entire day and hours trying to remember what did I talk about in this particular episode. The system will just transcribe it for you. You have your highlight, you have your notes, and you're ready to migrate that onto your website, and that becomes your blog post, right? And so it's really easy, and I have done this multiple times where I upload my recorded podcast episode and ask the system to actually transcribe it for me so that I have a text version or word doc version of what I have talked about on that episode of podcast. And then I can go back in and do some editing. I can delete some of the words I don't want to include into this episode note on the blog post, and I can change it up. I can highlight, give it a headline, subtitle, and so that there's a lot of different way that you can repurpose that transcription that you have from just one single podcast episode. So this is definitely a number one app that I would highly recommend if you're a coach. Not only can you use it to transcribe your podcast episode, but you can also do an audio version of just spoken words. And I know a lot of people use a mobile phone to like dictate into their phone app and then look at all the notes that they have taken and transcribe it over to a Word doc. And there's a lot of moving pieces when you do that. Right. With Otter, it basically allows you to download a Word doc version and you can just copy and paste it to your blog and edit it, or have your virtual assistant if you're up to that level, where you can have a help, then have your virtual assistant go in there and just clean up all the paragraph, take out all the misspell word and fix it, and then you have the document ready to be reviewed. So it saves a lot of time for you to having to sit down, thinking about what you're going to write, and there you have it, right? So that's the first app that completely changed the way that I do my podcast episode, so I'm able to continuously producing and releasing like a weekly episode at a time, because I have the right resource and the right tool that would help me to work more efficiently and not working extra that I don't already am working. If that makes sense, right? So give me a drop in the comment and let me know, like, what is your current note taking process? How do you take notes? Do you like paper and pen? Do you like using your mobile app? Like, what is it that you're currently using to help you transcribe or taking down some notes? Maybe it's a meeting notes, maybe it's your client session notes. How do you do that? Just drop it into the comment and let me know. Now, the second amazing life-changing app, okay? Life-changing app. If you're someone who loves to list at paper and pen or notes on her phone. I love paper and pen. I still think that paper and pen is a great way to um, process and brainstorm a lot of your idea and put them into a very cohesive way of expressing it. But I do like the fact that if, let's say, I'm just out and about somewhere, I have that ability of, oh, I really need to remember doing that. So I turn out use my phone to take a quick note. Or with Otter AI, it's more about having that convenience of, if I'm working in front of the computer, I can just open up the app, or when I'm on the Zoom, it's already integrated. So it's something that's already built in, it's automatic. So I don't have to do that extra work to set it up and to open it. All right. So the second app that I really love is something called Descript. Descript is a well, it's a desktop app, okay, that allow you to create transcription from your audios and video. Now, what is different about the script compared to Otter is that if you are podcasting, if you're doing live webinar, if you're doing live videos, like let's say you recorded a 15 or 10 minutes videos and you would like to use it for your maybe Instagram reel, right? Nowadays, the reel is really popular, and it actually there's a lot of influencer. There's a lot of like marketing analytic that came back and proving that the reel actually will help boosting your algorithm. So if you're looking to like catching up the trend and you're not afraid to be on the camera and you like enjoy being on the camera, you don't have to dance. I don't dance, so just put it out there. You don't have to dance. There's a lot of way that you can create reel without dancing. Yes, it's absolutely possible. If you're someone who enjoy talking, like talking on the video, then this app is gonna change your way of editing it. Okay, so the way that you do this, it's different from the Otter AI, because it not only does it allow you to transcribe it, it also allow you to create a caption over it. It allow you to do like editing, just like how you would do it on a Word doc. Let's say if you have a Google Doc where you made a mistake, right? You go back and edit the word out. So this software actually allow you to do the editing right there on the screen. Now, it's very hard for you to see that here. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to share my app so that you can see how one of the example that I recently did with one of my videos. All right, so I'm going to open up my app. So once you download it to your desktop, this is what you're going to get. And you're going to either do a recording, so you can do add new, and you can record a screenplay, okay? Or or you can do camera. Let's say I am going to record a quick video of me, and so I can go ahead and start record, and it's going to record this episode as I'm talking, as I'm describing things. Let's say you're doing a teaching, you're doing a webinar, you're doing a training, and you're just letting the camera go as you're talking to the camera like this. And so as it records, once you finish, you have a recorded video. Now the system is just going to automatically transcribe it for you. Once it transcribes, you can open up the project. Now I'm going to do some editing. And the way that you edit on the script is kind of like the same way that you would edit a Word document. Okay. So if let's say I don't like this part. So if I were to hit play, okay, don't know if you can hear that. You probably cannot hear that because my I'm using the microphone, but it's going to have the sound exactly what I said. And oh, I don't like that line. That's Let me just take it out so I can delete it. Once I delete it, right, I'm just doing backspace on all on my keyboard. All right, I just deleted that whole sentence. And now your video is going to jump directly into the next clip without you having to splice it, without you having to change it or edit it. And now this is, instead of a maybe 3 minutes videos, now you can turn it into a 1 minute video, just depending on what you want to keep, what you want to remove. And the way that you edit this video is basically like how you would do it in a Word doc. If I don't like something, I'm just going to delete it, and see how on the bottom your video also disappear as you delete them. That's it. I made a mistake. So you can go back, right? Don't save it, and you can go back and you can keep changing it the way that you like. So this is a video that I did the other day where I recorded pre this episode, and then I did the editing, and I used that on my reel. And you can change the format. So on the top here on the corner, you'll see you can change it to a landscape, you can change it to a square if you wanted to post it on your social media, on your Instagram. Drag it, right? Enlarge it a little bit within the ratio, and to fill up the screen, now I have a square for Instagram posts. So it's super convenient, and it allows you to do a lot of things with that particular video that you have recorded. If you're doing audio is the same. You can do editing on your audio. It's just directly like a Word document. So very convenient, and save you a lot of time having to find someone to edit for you. And if you're someone who really are solopreneur, who can't really hire anybody yet to help you, then it's not the doomsday, right? There's so many tools that you can use to help you to accomplish what you need to accomplish. Let me close this window. All right, so that was the second app. So the first app is Otter, OTTER.ai, and the second app is Descript, DESCRIPT. I will have all the links to the website for you after this show is done. So don't panic. I will drop all the links for you in the comment down below. Now, the third app, which is game changing app, which I use it every single week. I don't post I post every single day, but that doesn't mean that I'm trapped. I have to be in front of my computer. I have to be in front of my phone every single day. I plan a week ahead. So typically all the content that you are seeing this week are already in place from last week, from the previous week. I already know in my head, and I use another app, Notion. And those of you who's been following me and watching my videos for a long time, you know I'm a huge fan of Notion, which is a project management app. And basically you can accomplish the same thing with Asana. There's Monday, right? There's a lot of project management tools that's out there that allow you to stay organized and stay within the flow. So my go-to project management app is Notion. And so on my Notion, what I do is I create these content ahead of time, a week of time. Now, initially, when you sit down to plan it, it may seem to be like, oh, that's a lot of work, right? But if you think about it, you already have a lot of idea about what you want to share, what you want to talk about. So it's just a matter of breaking down that big chunk, a piece of idea into smaller bite-sized pieces so that you can share and create different type of graphic and reels and videos and things that you can share, like infographic that you can share on your social media. And so it doesn't really have, it doesn't take me a whole entire day to do that. It probably take me a couple of hours on the weekend. I enjoy my coffee in the morning and I sit down, I start planning out for my whole entire week. Once you have it whole entire week planned out, there a lot of people uses Creative Studio by Facebook, which I have no problem with that, but I think intuitively it's not designed for me. And so there's a lot of like moving parts, and obviously Facebook won't allow you to post it onto LinkedIn, right? So if you're someone who is really creating a presence, and you're looking to expand your reach by going to different platforms, at some point you're going to want to look at application that allows you to schedule like different posts on different platform, which will really help to eliminate the time of you manually having to do that. And hopefully by the time you have to like do that, you might as well just hire somebody to do that, right? So for me, so as a solopreneur, I found it very efficient to just plan it out ahead of time, a week ahead, and schedule them using a scheduling app. And this is something called Plan. Plan, when you type in plan that, plan PLANN, when you type that in, it's going to take you to Plan That, which is the same thing. So Plan is a social media scheduling platform for, they say for Instagram scheduler, but they have expanded. And I wrote a blog about this, and they had actually reached out to me and needed an update because they actually have reopened up to allow you to post it on TikTok. And you can also create reels, right, on these platform. I'm not quite sure if they open up the reel, but I believe they did. So check it out. I've been using it for a long time. When I create reel, I don't use a scheduling app. I still like that moment of like inspiration when I create reel. So I'm still catching up and learning on that to be consistent. But what it does is I'll show you the what it looks like in the dashboard. So basically, there's a free version. So definitely check out the free version first. And I do have a, what do you call that? The a referral link, which I will drop it into the comment after we're done. When you click on the referral link, it's going to say give $10 to your credit and also $10 to me. So you don't have to use it. I'm not saying that this is the right app for you. If you don't like it, don't upgrade it, right? But I would encourage you to like at least to give it a try, test it out, and see if you like it. So when you go to the dashboard, this is what it looks like. So you can find content, you can search for caption, and that's something that is really unique about Plan, is that they give you some idea of what to post. And to me and to a lot of maybe new beginners who's planning out your content and you're getting stuck with that first idea of what do I want to talk about today, if that's you, then this app is really helpful because it helps you to give you an inspiration of what to post on that day. So this is the dashboard. And if I were to go and schedule a post, this is what it would look like. So this is where my Instagram account would be. I have all the content that's planned ahead. Again, I plan it out a week ahead, right? And then you can connect to different account. You can connect to your Instagram account. Is it hard for you guys to see this? Let's see. Can I do a full screen? Yeah, I can. Okay. I hope it's easier for you guys to see it. So you can connect it to Instagram. You can connect it to Facebook, LinkedIn. You can connect it to LinkedIn, and there's also Pinterest and TikTok. Okay, so depending on the level of your subscription, you can have more member. You can invite your VA, your virtual assistant, to come in and to help you if you have one. If you don't, right, as solopreneur, this really save you a lot of time having to go through all like managing all the social media platform. Now, once you are here, then you can copy and paste your caption. If you have caption prepared already on your project management app, then you can simply just copy and paste it here and then add a graphic. So you can have a collection of different graphic that say these are the steps that I'm using. I can pick one and I'm going to reuse it. And when I add it, it's going to upload, and it even has a hashtag function here that you can add the hashtag. So you can store some of your most frequently used hashtag that pertains to your content, and you can just import it right there. So it'll just drop the hashtag directly onto that post. So it's very convenient. It saves you a lot of work having to type out everything on your phone or store it somewhere. You can just do that on here, and you can keep it as a draft, right? So you can keep it as a draft. You don't have to post it. I'm just going to save it as a draft. And then as you're saving it as a draft, it's going to have a layout for you, and you can preview it before you decide whether or not this is something that you want to publish. So it does allow you to push over schedule to reel. So this is some like the beauty of it, right? You can have do everything, just managing your own account in one app, one single app. So that's what I love about Plan That. So if you go to the calendar section, on the calendar section, it allows you to look at that particular day. Let's say it's a holiday, Thanksgiving is coming up, or Black Friday is coming up. It has inspirational caption ideas for you that's already designed here. So if you were to go to Thanksgiving, okay, these are all the templates, all the ideas that you can use under that app. And under the social starter, it even has like a caption ready for you to post. You can take a look, copy that to your place. And then I'm going to pick, let's say I'm going to pick this photo. I'm going to add it. And so now you have the caption as well as your hashtag directly imported to your feed. Now, if you like it, you change it up, customize it to what you do in your niche, in your field, and you can schedule it or you can save it as a post. I'm not going to schedule it because then it's going to go to my Instagram. Okay. So, three game changing apps. These are lifesaver because as entrepreneur you can't possibly be on social media all the time, right? So there's a lot of like you have the coaching calls, you have appointments that you need to go to. So there's a lot of moving parts, and if you are able to use just one of all these three apps that would help you to stay consistency in just one single platform, that is going to move your marketing forward. That is going to help you to get your word out faster. That is going to help you to, be in front of the right audience faster. But like all these tools are already available to you, but we're not using it because one, partly because you probably didn't know about it, and number two is maybe you're not as tech savvy. So there's a lot of like trying to figure out part, and you spend more time trying to figure it out than actually implement them and execute them. So that's one of the things that why we don't see we see a lot of inconsistency in posting from coaches is because there's so many things that's going on, and social media posts. I mean, I get the urgency and the importance of being on social media so that I can spread and reach more audience. But how do I do that? I'm just one person running the show. So hopefully by incorporating some of the right tools in your business, you will be able to create and share your message on a more consistent basis. What I would recommend is if you're just starting out fresh, right? And you really don't have a lot of time to sit down and to write and to create these captions, then I would highly recommend to at the very least get a scheduling app. If it's you're using Creator Studio, then great. At least getting taking control of how your schedule, your time is being run, so that the time is not running against you. It's actually working for you, and things can get done if you're using incorporating the right tool. All right. And so, and in addition to that, right, the most important thing about creating content is that you want to have a consistent message. You want to have a consistent and cohesive and clear message of who you are, what you do, and how you're able to help. Who do you work with? And you need to have a call to action. So, one of the things I'm currently doing is I'm doing a 5 day visibility challenge where I'm giving you 5 day worth of prompts so that you can have a cohesive message to share with the world. Okay, so if you're interested, and we are on day 3. Today is day 3 of that visibility challenge. So if you're interested, you wanted to come and join us, you want to come check it out, then go ahead and download. You're going to need to download this workbook in order to follow along in the challenge. So you can go to content.attractclients through storytellings.com. Okay. I'm going to drop that into the comment for you. Storytelling.com. All right. So we're currently on day 3. Attract client storytelling.com. There. So that would be the website that you go to. You wanted to download that copy so that you can follow along, because I reference back to that copy a lot. All right. So that is it. The 3 game-changing, life-changing apps of 2023 moving forward. Hopefully, if you're someone who's creating audios, videos, uh, especially the script is like life-saving. It's yeah, it's that. Yeah. All right. Hopefully that was helpful. And dropping the comment, let me know. And if you're watching this as a replay, hashtag replay, you know the drill. And I will be back on Sunday to bring you some more juicy stuff. All right. Bye, everyone.